We are pattern-seeking machines. We wake up every day looking for a narrative arc, a clear reason, or at least a passing signal that the universe is paying attention to us. But when we ask the cosmos for our script, we get a vast, yawning silence. Black holes swallow light, stars burn through their fuel, and the universe politely, indifferently shrugs. The philosopher Albert Camus gave a name to this specific collision. He called it the absurd. It's not that the universe is inherently silly. The absurd is born in the exact moment our desperate human demand for clarity crashes into a reality that offers us nothing but randomness. When people stare into that void, they usually look for an exit. Camus noted we tend to choose between two surrenders. We either give up completely, or we invent rigid, fake dogmas to construct a comfortable illusion of meaning. But there is a third option. Because this cosmic mismatch, the gap between what we want and what we get, is actually the perfect setup for a joke. Camus argued for lucid rebellion. He illustrated this with the Greek myth of Sisyphus, a man condemned by the gods to push a massive boulder up a hill, watch it roll back down, and start over forever. It looks like pure torture. Yet Camus insisted we must imagine Sisyphus happy. By refusing to hope for an escape and choosing to push the rock anyway, the conscious struggle itself becomes the entire point. This defiance took physical form in the early 20th century. World War I devastated Europe with mechanized slaughter, destroying the long-held belief that human society operated on logic and reason. If cold, calculating logic led directly to the trenches, artists decided logic was the enemy. The Dada movement emerged as a protest, using deliberate nonsense and anti-art to mock the society that broke the world. Marcel Duchamp took a mass-produced porcelain urinal, signed it R. Mott, and submitted it to an art exhibition. By forcing a plumbing fixture into a gallery, he exposed how eagerly we impose artificial, sacred value onto entirely mundane objects. A few years later, Surrealism picked up the thread to expose the glitches in our perception. René Magritte painted a highly realistic pipe with a strange caption. "This is not a pipe." And he's right, it's a painting. He forces us to look at the massive gap between physical reality and the fragile labels we use to simulate order. These artists realized something crucial. When the universe refuses to make sense, you don't try to fix the glitch. Your rebellion is to frame it, paint it, and openly laugh at the nonsense. Fast forward a century, and that exact same rebellion is happening on your phone. Welcome to the era of neo-Dadaism. You don't need to read French philosophy to participate. Internet meme culture has democratized the absurd, giving everyday people a collective way to process a reality that feels increasingly unhinged. Take the dog sitting in a burning room, calmly sipping his coffee. It is the perfect modern parable for Camus' theories. It captures our ironic, serene denial while catastrophic events unfold around us. We've even drafted Sisyphus as our digital mascot. By remixing his eternal suffering with a casual, "Are you winning, son?" we turn the pointless grind of modern labor into a highly shareable punchline. We no longer rely on art museums to tell us the world lacks a script. We acknowledge that the joke is the very room we're all standing in, and sharing these distorted images is how we manage to laugh together. But if existence is a cosmic joke, and reality is a glitchy simulation, does that mean nothing matters? Should we just throw up our hands and sink into apathy? Absurdist philosophy draws a strict, sacred boundary right here. And that boundary is grief. When you are mourning, it is not time to laugh. This is the one moment where absurdity has to take off its sunglasses. You never turn a raw, open wound into a punchline. The universe as a whole might be a cold void, but the human connections we build inside it possess a heavy, undeniable gravity. Those localized bonds act as an anchor, keeping us from floating away into total nihilism. The pain of loss doesn't mean the cosmic joke failed. That sting is the ultimate proof that the joke actually meant something to us. The ache is evidence that we were here and we cared. We don't have to wait for the stars to hand down a grand universal purpose. We ferment our own meaning out of ordinary, stubborn existence, creating pockets of significance out of the weeds. So the universe shrugs at us. Our greatest triumph is to look right back at that silent void, give it a shrug of our own, and keep pushing our rocks up the hill with a smile.